It's the state of Maritime Wrestling.
Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the State of Maritime Wrestling podcast with the Maritime Wrestling superfan himself, Connor Cook. Here to keep you all caught up on the news in the East Coast indie wrestling scene on the podcast here. And there were 4 big shows that were going on. New Breed Wrestling had their Wrestle Stock show during the Giant Stock 3 event, which I believe it's a music festival event. And North Pro Canadian Wrestling had their Harbour Echo event at the Container Village at the Area 506 in Saint John, New Brunswick. The New Brunswick Professional Wrestling Association, the NBWA, had their major return to Sussex for NBWA Sussex Showdown, and on Sunday they went to have their very first NBWA event in Chipman for a challenge in Chipman. So make sure to hit that like button, turn on your notification bell, and make sure to smash that subscribe button if you want to see more wrestling content. So let's get at it. Let's get started on the shows. For the New Breed Wrestling Wrestle Stock event, the matches were the kid Rudy Lockhart defeats Dawson James. Lincoln Steen defeats Justin Newhawk. The Rodeo Rockers, who are the reigning and defending New Breed Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the team of Damian Spades and Ryan Denham, they defeat the team of Sebi and the Messiah of Maritime Wrestling, Kobe Christ. And the Rodeo Rockers retain the New Breed Wrestling Tag Team titles. Now, the next match is a very, very interesting match, considering it is a part of the Giant Stock Music Festival event. They probably brought in like a couple of musicians from the place. And so that match had like Ashley McIsaac defeats Andre Petipa or something like that. And the main event for that event was Old School Andre Myatt defeats Bobby Boyett after various run-ins from the New Breed Wrestling superstars. So probably the whole roster on the New Breed Wrestling. And that was all it. North Pro Canadian Wrestling presents Harbour Echo, the VIP matches. There was 2 of them. The choke artist Jason Boa defeats Ryan Schimmel and Pete LeBlanc in a triple threat match for the VIP match. Then the next VIP match was a tag team match. The Newfoundland World Order, Joey White and Dawson James, defeat the debuting the Hateful Dead, the team of the Ghost, Ricky Mortis, and the Mauler, James Manning, in a tag team match. Now for the main card, Thrice Durning defeats Wesley Pipes and Ian Pratt in a triple threat match. Chantal, the Vandal, Chantal, defeats Sierra Stone and Ronnie Payne in a women's triple threat match. Now, I think this probably, switched it up because it was supposed to be Ronnie Payne versus the Vandal, Chantal, but I guess they had, Sierra Stone was available, so they probably had to put her in there and make it a, triple threat match instead. For a backup, at least. And, the Undisputed North Pro title match with the Undisputed North Pro champion, the Giant Orion, defeats Dick Durning and retains the Undisputed North Pro title. The Hollywood Heathens defeat Sabotage in a tag team match. Now, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy watching the Hollywood Heathens. Especially, you have one of the best guys in the business, one of the best hard-working tag teams. Justin Newhook and Matt Connors, they're really, awesome. Hard-working though, too. Always enjoyed watching them. And the Hollywood Heathens. Hollywood Cole is one of the best he's one of the best guys in the wrestling scene here. Him and Ethan Knight do well together as a tag team. And they just get a lot of heat from the fans, especially from what I saw. It was someone in the crowd almost got into a fight with Hollywood Cole and Ethan Knight. Holy! After that match when they were coming out. But I'm not going to name no names, but they're respected. And then the main event, Kobe Christ defeats Rudy Lockhart and Chip Chambers in a number one contenders match, a triple threat match. And Kobe Christ wins that number one contenders match to be the number one contender to take on the reigning and defending undisputed North Pro champion, the Giant Orion, which I think will definitely be the main event for the Hidden Depths event at the Titan Boar, the main event. Or maybe it's probably the starting match, usually. And, man, I have a lot of great things to say about Kobe Christ and Rudy Lockhart and Chip Chambers. All three of them are amazing. And Dryce, holy, he's really impressed me a lot. He's one of my favorite matches with him would be the Rudy Lockhart versus Dryce match at the Holy Whale. That was a good match. And I like Wesley Pipes. He's one of the best guys in Saint John. Especially, I remember I saw him a couple of times at a couple of Capital City wrestling shows. Very good wrestler, very good heel. I remember he fought Rugged Rick Owens one time for the NBWA title, heavyweight title. Back when Rugged Rick Owens was the champion. And, yeah. But I like Ian Pratt, though, too. I find Ian Pratt, he gets into the character a lot, though. And I like it, though. Just stone-faced and stuff. But really awesome guy, though. and Chantal, and Sarah Stone and Ronnie Payne. What can I say? Sarah Stone is learning from the best. From Ronnie Payne and the Vandal, Chantal. They're all amazing wrestlers. All three of them are all amazing wrestlers in the women's division. And speaking, I forgot to say when I was doing talking about the tag team division with like Hollywood Heathens and Sabotage, I forgot to put in talk about the Newfoundland World Order, Joey White and Dawson James, usually Max Power and Dylan Davis, but yeah, the Newfoundland World Order, they can get a lot of heat though too. That's the whole other thing. But just I remember one time it was I think it was like the last show when North Pro was selling out. They had it was a tag team match against Sabotage 2.0. It wasn't really like, they're not really Sabotage 2.0 anymore. They're like the Shadow Agency or AWOL. They're a really good heel tag team. But I've never ever seen like James Manning and like the Hateful Dead tag team, although I've seen like a couple of videos and pictures on Facebook of them wrestling in like innovative hybrid wrestling and all. And you got one of the best guys there, Ricky the Ghost, Rick and Mortis. He's one of my favorites. And well, I cannot forget about Pete LeBlanc and Ryan Schimmel and Jason Boa. Man, when I first saw Ryan Schimmel face Dick Gurney for the VIP match, holy, I was very, very impressed with his performance. Like, wow. He's a really good wrestler, really good heel. And, man, he gets the heat, though, too. Even though maybe in other promotions he's like a babyface, but he's still that amazing guy. And Pete LeBlanc, I mean, he's one half of AWOL, one of the best guys. Learning from the best, like from Jason Boa. It's one of the great guys there. But yeah, that's all the for North Pro. Now, the other show that was going on that same night was the NBWA Sussex Showdown. The New Brunswick Professional Wrestling Association returned to Sussex to have their event there. Kerry Killam defeats Patrick O'Neill and retains the NBWA River Valley title for the starting match. Matt Strong defeats Port City's finest Caden. The Ultimate Male Zane Valentine defeats Butter Love. Crude Oil defeats Ace Dynasty by DQ, but Ace Dynasty retains the NBWA Tag Team titles. So, I really like the storyline where this is heading, where it's like leading up to something big, like since like Ace Dynasty defeated Crude Oil back in like Summer Clash Clash 35, Summer Clash, and since then they defended the tag team titles against like mostly everyone. Every tag team. And I was very surprised to see how they would get like defeated by Crude Oil and get disqualified, but Yeah, they still retained, but they are the best though too. So I feel like something's big gonna happen on the big night with the tag team titles. And Rugged Rick Owens defeats Pat Persuasi. Nick Strong defeats Horsepower Hunter Sampson and retains the NBWA Heavyweight title. So Nick Strong is the new NBWA Heavyweight Champion. Since he defeated Larry Horowitz and became the new heavyweight champion. I think I really don't mind seeing Nick Strong with gold around his waist. It's pretty cool, especially since now he's a heel, and like I feel like he might have like a brother versus brother match. We're not really like a brother, probably like a brother versus brother match for like a main event where like there will probably like Nick Strong will probably turn babyface, and the Nick Strong brothers tag team will be back together probably at the future event. I feel like that's just me doing my fantasy booking and all that. And man, all like kudos to all the talent in the NBWA. They are just, all of them are amazing. They all really work very hard to put on a amazing show and just entertain people, just in general. Like, it's amazing. And so the next show that the New Brunswick Professional Wrestling Association had was they had their very first event in Chipman, New Brunswick. Challenge in Chipman. And so the starting match for that event was Kerry Killam once again defeats Matt Strong. I shouldn't say once again, but he defeats Matt Strong and retains the NBWA River Valley title once again. Like, I'm really loving the whole title reign with Kerry Killam as the River Valley champion. Like, every time that he comes out, people just bring the heat to him. And his promos are really good. And it's a really, really good heel. But you got a guy like Matt Strong, he's really impressive. He's the winner of the 2025 York County Rumble Cup, which is awesome. Next match, Larry Horowitz defeats Caden, Port City's finest Caden. Now, I have a lot of great things to say about Larry Horowitz and Caden. Man, Larry Horowitz, he's really over in CCW, especially when he had the NBWA heavyweight title. Everyone was popping for him. Like, he is like basically Wayne Jugs in CCW. And I enjoy watching him just dance around, doing his own thing in the ring. It's very entertaining. He's one of the end. He really, really impresses me. But Caden, man, Port City's finest Caden. He's one of the best heels in the business. Like, he's one of my absolute favorite heels, just overall, in the indie wrestling scene. Because when he comes out, he gets the heat from like the crowd though too. Especially I like the whole like color scheme with him wearing like just hot pink, like the hot pink fur coat and the attire that he wears, the hot pink knee pads and the blue, probably like the baby blue and hot pink. I think it really fits him, and he's a really, really good freaking wrestler. Amazing. Always impressing me. And the tag team title match, well, that it was Crude Oil versus Ace Dynasty once again. They've been having this feud for a while, and this time at this show it goes to a double DQ, but Ace Dynasty still retains the tag team titles. So I'm feeling there's something big that's going to happen at the next season, at the next Capital City Wrestling event at the Capital Exhibition Center. And I have a lot of great things to say about Crude Oil and Ace Dynasty. Like Crude Oil, like, man, when the tag team, another one of the best tag teams. Like, they come out when they were the former NBWA tag team champions. They would get the heat from the crowd a lot. And, man, you got two of the most hated guys you got, like, in the business. Scotty Crew and Chevron, who are both, like, really good heels. And even as a tag team, they work very well as a tag team. But Ace Dynasty, I have a lot of great things to say about Ace Dynasty. Especially the one Spike SD and Slick McGrick. Man, they're my top favorite tag teams of the year. And since they are the reigning defending NBWA tag team champions, they really are just amazing, and they really impress me too. And especially like, even when they're doing like singles matches, they're really, really amazing, like, baby faces. Especially got one of the top guys there, Slick McGrick, who's like a really good baby face, really awesome. And the one, Spike SD, who is actually a very good friend of mine. And I'm just really, really impressed with his performance every time that he wrestles in CCW, or when they do their tour, when they go to like Stanley for the Stanley Fair. He always like impresses me a lot, and I'm just that at the Summer Clash show when they defeated Crude Oil. I was just cheering. I was like very, very happy I was really happy for him, and he just very proud of him for just since he started from the bottom, now he's up to the top in the tag team division with Slick McGrick, donning gold around his waist, the tag team gold, which is like, just very proud of him. And he is a inspiring role model to all the CCW, NBWA fans, including myself. And, yeah. And then the next match of that Challenge In Chipman event was Pat Persuasi defeats Patrick O'Neal. I have a lot of great things about Patrick O'Neal since I saw him probably like at a few CCW shows and making his debut. Man, he's really learning from the best in the CCW and NBWA, and he really impresses me too. He's learning a lot from the guys, and Pat Persuasi, I mean, like, I really enjoy watching him though too. He's really impressed me too. Especially like when he goes up, he does like his little jumping jacks and like just exercises. Even he uses some of the exercises as like the attacks in the ring, which is really impressive. I like that. But yeah, enjoying watching both of these guys. Nick Strong once again defeats Horsepower Hunter Sampson and retains the NBWA heavyweight title once again. And like I said about Nick Strong, he's really a good heel in like as like since he turned heel on his on Matt Strong at the Voices Farmers Market event. Since then, like, he's got gold around his waist, the NBWA heavyweight gold, and like I said, like I'm thinking that like for like fantasy booking, I feel like at probably like the next wrestling CCW show, probably like Monster Mash Rumble or something, he'll probably have a brother versus brother match. Or so, like Nick Strong, versus the future Matt Strong, and I feel like it might lead up to something like they might reunite, kind of like what Sabotage did, especially when they had their unsanctioned match, and yeah, it's awesome, and. That was all these events that were going on. And so the upcoming events that are coming up this week is Island Pro Wrestling presents Game Over at the Prince Edward Island Brewing Company. And in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. August Artois will take on Pete LeBlanc. Ricky Mortis takes on the Big Bad, Logan Green. Spike SD takes on the Albertan Clipper, Chevron. Sean Tyler takes on Abel Lawless and Stormy Hill in a triple threat match. The Ultimate Male, Zane Valentine, with No Class Eric Bass, takes on Tommy Billington with the Grand Prix legend, Maritime Wrestling legend, No Class Bobby Bass. Rugged Rick Owens will be taking on Port City's finest, Caden, for the Prince Edward Island Championship, the title. The Muscle Beast, Wesley Pipes, takes on the debuting Horsepower Hunter Sampson, making his IPW debut. Whoever wins the Rick and Mortis Logan Green match, whether it's the Ghost Rick and Mortis or the Big Bad Logan Green, whoever wins moves on and to the next match, and that winner will be taking on the Giant Orion. So they better run for cover. Capital City Wrestling presents Auto City Cup 2 at the Auto City Car dealership in Fredericton, New Brunswick. I will also be at that show, hopefully. And so mainly it's an outdoor show, and they're going to have like a rumble, probably like a 15-man rumble, where they're going to pick like someone else is going to be champion for the Auto City Cup. It's for the Auto City Cup. So last year, I remember Slick McRick was the winner for that, for the Auto City Cup last year. So who knows who could be this year's winner. And Dave Boys Championship Wrestling, they will have their show at the Ambush show in the McGinnis room at Dalhousie University. The matches: the 5-man scramble, Max Power versus Jonathan Cross versus Ethan Knight versus Thad Howard versus Bryce Durning in a 5-man scramble match. J.P. Sims, when Mr. David A. Boyce takes on Evan Greenway, with Dalhousie Tigers quarterback Dante Gabriel. That's pretty cool how they're bringing in like a football player, which is awesome. The kid Rudy Lockhart takes on Mr. Electrifying Johnny DeLuca. The Misfit Crystal Moon takes on Ronnie Payne. The main event for that event: Chip Chambers will defend the Maritime heavyweight title against the ace of the Maritimes, Dick Durning, and Hollywood Cole in the triple threat match for the Maritime heavyweight title. And the other event that the Dave Boys Championship Wrestling will be at the Mount Inaki Fire Hall, where there's going to be a special tag team match. The team of Dick Durning and Bryce Durning will take on the Hollywood Heathens, Hollywood Cole and Ethan Knight. Ronnie Payne takes on Crystal Moon. Rudy Lockhart takes on Johnson Cross and J.P. Sims in a triple threat match. Evan Greenway will be taking on Dawson James for the opening match. Chip Chambers will defend the Maritime heavyweight title against the Mr. Electrifying Johnny DeLuca. North Pro Canadian Wrestling returns to the Tide and Board Ballroom for Hidden Depths. I will be at that show, at that event. So I'll be there, and Kaizen Pro Wrestling has their 6-year anniversary show where Dawson James will be taking on Benoit Gravel. Daniel Wall takes on Ryan Cleary and Sebi in a Falls Count Anywhere match. It's just pretty interesting, especially since dudes doing things split up. And, not only that though, but like, Daniel Wall turned on Sebi. It turned heel, basically. And Ryan Schimmel takes on Ian Pratt, since Ryan Schimmel also turned heel on Pratt. In a grudge match, the Lebanese luchadora Mia Malik returns to the squared circle to take on Kobe Christ. Now, I'm really loving the storyline with like Mia and Kobe versus Kobe, and like it's a really good thing. It's really good storyline that they're doing here. Since Mia is the co-owner of Kaizen Pro Wrestling, or if she was, but yeah, she's like Mia is another one of the amazing talent in the women's division. She has been my all-time favorite since she wrestled in North Pro, and she's just amazing. She's an awesome wrestler. In the main event for that show, the reigning and defending Kaizen champion, Joey White, defends the title against the former Kaizen champion, Bobby Boyette, in a no DQ match. Now, IHW September to Surrender in Riverview will be happening right on the same weekend as the after Friday, after the North Pro Hidden Depths event. So at that event, the Hateful Dead takes on Perfect Storm, Julian Young, and Ryan Storm. Ronnie Payne takes on the sensational Madison Miles for the IHW Women's title. The TNA wrestling star Cody Deaner will be making an appearance at that event, or at each of the events. Alright, and the main event for that is for the IHW heavyweight title. In a fatal four-way, JP Sims versus Chip Chambers versus Chris Charters versus Kobe Christ. So this, I think, will be a barn burner of a match, even though, like, IHW will also be having their traveling show all around, like, Amherst, Nova Scotia, Miramichi, and just all over. And it's really good. I haven't been to an IHW event since probably around, like, 2 years ago when I went to the Riverview Sunfest Fan Appreciation Night, which was actually my first event that I went to. And since then, I love Maritime Wrestling. I fell in love with it. Now, like, here I am doing a podcast and just doing what I can to promote, to support the East Coast indie wrestling scene. And so that is all that I have. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to hit that like button, turn on your notification bell, and hit that subscribe button for more wrestling content. Peace.